For thousands of years, people have admired it. They have carved it, polished it, traded it, and treasured it. Today it can be found in museums, jewellery collections, and even lying unnoticed beneath our feet. To most of us, it's simply another crystal, beautiful, familiar, and easily overlooked. But what if we've misunderstood it? What if one of the most common minerals on Earth has a story that reaches far beyond its appearance? A story that has quietly shaped the world around us while remaining almost completely invisible to the people who depend on it every single day. This isn't just the story of a crystal. It's the story of discovery, of nature, of human ingenuity, and of an extraordinary connection that most of us never stop to consider. Before we uncover where that journey leads, we first have to understand the stone itself. This is the hidden story of quartz. Every landscape has a story, but few reveal it at first glance. These mountains were not carved in a single moment. Over millions of years, immense pressure, volcanic activity, and the relentless force of water shaped the land we see today. Valleys were cut deeper. Rivers carried fragments of ancient rock, and the landscape slowly evolved into the one before us. To most visitors, this is simply one of Britain's most spectacular national parks. But beneath the surface lies a geological history stretching back hundreds of millions of years. Every cliff face, every boulder, every stream has been shaped by processes that continue to this day. Somewhere within that history begins the story of quartz, a mineral that would eventually leave these ancient rocks and become part of a world its creators could never have imagined. When most people look across this landscape, they see mountains, lakes, and ancient stone. It's a place to escape, to walk, to admire the scenery. Few stop to wonder what these rocks are made of, or why they matter beyond the view in front of them. Yet hidden within this landscape is a material so common that it's almost invisible to us. We step over it, build with it, and rarely give it a second thought. It doesn't have the rarity of a diamond or the colour of an emerald. It doesn't demand attention. In fact, its greatest strength may be how easily it goes unnoticed. But appearances can be deceptive. The story of quartz isn't defined by how it looks. It's defined by what it makes possible. Long before it found its way into laboratories, factories, and the technology we depend on every day, it was simply part of landscapes like this. So before we discover where quartz takes us, we first need to understand where it belongs. Finding quartz doesn't require an expedition to some remote corner of the world. It isn't confined to museum collections or locked away beneath the Earth's surface. In many places, it's hiding in plain sight, woven into the very landscapes we admire without a second thought. As rivers cut through ancient rock, they carry fragments downstream, polishing and reshaping them over thousands of years. Weather slowly exposes new surfaces, revealing veins that have remained hidden for millions of years. Every season, the landscape changes a little more, uncovering another small piece of its geological story. Here in the Lake District, quartz is part of that story. It can be found within the rocks beneath our feet, scattered among riverbeds, and embedded in outcrops that countless walkers pass every year. Most never notice it. They see a mountain, a valley, or a stream. They don't realize that one of Earth's most influential minerals is quietly all around them. Before quartz transformed technology, powered communications, or helped shape the modern world, it was simply another part of landscapes like these. And perhaps that's what makes its story so remarkable. Not where it ended up, but where it began. Up close, quartz begins to tell a different story. What first appears to be an ordinary piece of stone reveals a world of sharp edges, fractured surfaces, and intricate crystal forms, each shaped by the conditions in which it grew. No two pieces are exactly alike. Some are clear enough to transmit light, others are clouded by tiny imperfections locked inside for millions of years. It's a mineral that rarely demands attention, yet it has earned a place in almost every aspect of modern civilization. To understand why, we have to look beyond its appearance and discover what makes quartz unlike almost any other mineral on Earth. What does a landscape like this have to do with a crystal? At first glance, absolutely nothing. Steel towers rise hundreds of feet into the air, their blades turning silently with the wind. They represent the future of energy, advanced engineering, and some of the most complex machines we've ever built. Yet hidden within this modern world is a connection so unexpected that most people never notice it. To understand why, we need to keep following the story. The same mineral that forms naturally in mountains and riverbeds now sits at the heart of the digital world. Inside smartphones, laptops, desktop computers, and countless other electronic devices is a tiny quartz crystal, engineered to perform a critical task. Rather than displaying information or storing photographs, its role is far more fundamental. It acts as an incredibly stable timekeeper. When electricity is applied, the crystal vibrates at an exact and predictable frequency. Those vibrations create a timing signal that electronic circuits rely on to stay synchronized. Every instruction processed by a computer, every text message sent from a smartphone, every file opened, every web page loaded, and every digital clock displayed depends on precise timing. Without that stable reference, modern electronics would struggle to operate reliably. Processors would lose synchronization, communications would become unstable, and many of the devices we depend on every day simply wouldn't function as intended. It's remarkable to think that one of the most important components inside today's digital technology began its journey as an ordinary mineral, formed naturally over millions of years. From the mountains of the Lake District to the device in your pocket, quartz has traveled further than almost any other mineral on Earth. A traffic light may seem like a simple piece of street furniture, but every change of color depends on precise electronic timing. Quartz helps provide the stable timing signals that many control systems rely on, quietly regulating the flow of traffic without anyone ever noticing the mineral making it possible. Every day, millions of journeys begin without a second thought. Cars move people, goods, and entire economies. They represent freedom, progress, and decades of engineering. We depend on them so completely that we rarely stop to question the materials and technologies working behind the scenes. Look beyond the bodywork, beyond the engine, beyond the dashboard, and another story begins to emerge. A story that isn't obvious from the outside, yet plays a quiet role in the vehicles we drive every single day. This isn't really a story about cars. It's about the unseen materials that make modern engineering possible. Materials that have been refined, adapted, and trusted for decades, yet remain almost invisible to the people who rely on them. And if the connection still isn't obvious, that's exactly the point. Because the most important materials are often the ones we never notice. For thousands of years, quartz has been admired for its beauty. Cut, polished, and shaped by skilled craftsmen, it has found its place in jewellery, ornaments, and decorative objects across countless cultures. Unlike many of the technologies we've explored, its purpose here isn't to power or measure, it's simply to be appreciated. Yet despite its polished appearance, nothing about the mineral itself has changed. The quartz displayed beneath bright shop lights is the very same material found in mountains, rivers, and rocky landscapes. Only our perception has changed, reminding us that the value of a mineral is often determined not by nature, but by the role we choose to give it. Our journey began with a single piece of quartz, a mineral so common that most of us would never stop to notice it. Yet behind its simple appearance lies a story that stretches from ancient mountains to the technology that shapes our everyday lives. These rivers continue to carve the landscape. These mountains continue to stand as they have for millions of years. And within them, quartz continues the same natural journey it has always followed, unchanged by the world built around it. We have cut it, polished it, studied it, and found remarkable new ways to use it. But long before it became part of our watches, computers and communications, it belonged here, in the rock, in the water, and in the landscape that created it. Perhaps that's the real story of quartz. Not that it became one of the world's most important minerals, but that one of the world's most important minerals was here all along, waiting to be understood.